Hi, I'm Lindsay Scrace, Managing Director of SMB and Startups for Google Cloud. And I'm thrilled to be able to introduce today Tom Bernadou, who is founder and Managing Director of Riley, which is one of our key Google Cloud partners. And Riley partners with companies to help them re-engineer themselves through technology, helping them harness the power of the cloud to create and innovate and really transform their industries in which they're working. And so we will dive into a lot about this. But before we do, Tom, would love to hear a little bit about your background and then about Riley.
So we were founded in June 2010. So we've just had our 11th birthday yesterday, actually. But we were founded basically, with the premise that there was going to be a huge shift and a huge opportunity for industries and businesses to be transformed through cloud computing. We've enjoyed being able to create as much business value as possible for customers, along with Google Cloud.
Could you talk a little bit about how you as a business have experienced this shift and then how you're seeing that manifest with the businesses and companies that you serve?
Customers looking to rehost infrastructure in some cases in order to put downward pressure on costs. And I think everyone was forced to look at digital channels. How can you communicate with suppliers through different channels? How can you share data with them? How can you better interact with customers? At Riley, we were forced to all work from home at one point, and still to this day, we support some flexible working. But the thing that we put in place was a virtual reality office. It just highlights the fact that everything really has gone online. And I think businesses now are looking to say, well, how can we accelerate that even further? Because there's so much opportunity that's ahead of us.
And speaking of that, you have so many impressive customer transformations that you've driven. I know many of them we've worked with you on as well. Could you talk about one or two that you're most proud of, and how did we work together to get there?
We love aspirational businesses. And the thing that we've noticed is a lot of aspirational businesses want to work with Google. So Publift are an online platform for programmatic advertising. They want to spend as much time as possible developing features and releasing new features and releasing new software to market. And so with Publift, we've worked with them and a program that we partner with Google Cloud on called Cloud Ops. And it basically unlocks for them a whole access to our solution architecture team at basically no cost, which is quite cool. Those guys are having a huge amount of success with their business today. It's really, really cool to see.
Riley becomes an extension of their own organization and just gives them that much lift in terms of responsiveness and then ability to transform the business over time.
Absolutely. It always takes a really strong partnership to work together to bring to bear value. And there's an amazing amount of innovation that happens within Google Cloud.
Looking forward, what trends are you seeing that are the most pressing priorities for digital natives, startups in terms of infrastructure or application modernization that Riley is dealing with?
A lot of innovation has happened, I think, over the last few years, particularly with organizations that have had a new idea and they're looking for an opportunity to solve that. And the unique thing that I see between all of them is that they're all at the same stage. They've developed something, they've proven it out, they've got a market, and now they're at the point where they want to scale. I see they're all at that stage. They want to grow, they want to do it quickly, but they're kind of a little bit held back by the technology that they've got. So, a lot of stuff we're doing with you guys help solve that.
Could you talk about the partnership between our organizations in terms of opening up new avenues for your business as you help SMB organizations, startups scale and modernize their infrastructure?
The main feature, though, I suppose, that differentiates and makes a partnership so successful with Google Cloud is there's a lot of trust. There's a huge amount of trust that you guys put in us. There's a lot of trust that we therefore have in you as well. And I think for customers, that means that they get ultimately the best outcome for the goals that they want to achieve.
So Tom, could you talk about the potential you see with SMBs and startups, and how is Riley investing to help them grow and scale their businesses?
When it comes to small businesses and startups, they really are the drivers of innovation in any economy. Being able to be small and agile, move very, very quickly, experiment, sometimes fail, learn from that, and then experiment again. The challenge then comes from, once you start to innovate and you see the opportunity, how do you scale that to a larger audience? And the thing that I've seen from Google Cloud is then being able to amplify the voice of those particular startups and small businesses and share the innovation with market. It's kind of like a 1-2 punch that helps them grow.
And that's such a value add for these growing businesses to be able to help them react more quickly and get to market in a much faster way.
It's all about shipping new features as quickly as possible. And they're using their talent as much as possible to get those features out, to respond to their customers. And we're backing them up. Sometimes we say we're like their safety net.
Thank you, Tom. And thank you to Team Riley for the ongoing partnership with Google Cloud.
We're gaining a lot of momentum in market, which is really great. A lot of value being created for customers, and can't wait to see what we achieve over the next 11 years together.